Hello and welcome to Bloodtalk MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
Michael Bisping, Paul Felder, Daniel Cormier, Dominic Cruz. Who is the best fighter as a commentator in the UFC? Find it out in this Bloodtalk. There are a lot of commentators right now in the UFC and other organizations that used to be fighters, and I really like that. I believe it's good to have a mix of like the UFC does it of commentators who are not fighters, like Joe Rogan, like John Anik, and then also have the great experts in ex-fighters like Dominick Cruz, Daniel Cormier, Michael Bisping, you name it. It's a good mix. You have the guys who are very advanced commentators as commentators who keep shit together, and you have the guys who can break shit down. It's a very good mix. Now the question is today, who is the best fighting or retired fighter as a commentator in the UFC right now? I'm not talking Dan Hardy and these guys, he's not in the UFC anymore commentating. Active commentators right now. We got Dominick Cruz, Paul Felder, Michael Bisping, Daniel Cormier, 4 or 5, I don't know. Of course, we have also Chito Vera and George St. Pierre, but different languages. I never heard them commentate, so I can only judge the English ones. Do we have any other guys? Did I forget somebody? I don't think so. Look, Dominic Cruz, I think I speak for everybody if I say Dominic has great knowledge. He's very good at breaking things down, but he's not a good commentator that you would like to listen to him, because that's also what a commentator needs to be for me. Not only good in breaking things down, but with all love Dominic Cruz, I don't really like to listen to him too much. I don't know, it's just, he's not a guy that you want to listen to for an hour. Especially UFC when it goes like 7 hours. It's just, no bro. But he's very good at breaking things down. I would like Dominic Cruz to do a show like Inside the Octagon, like Greg Hardy did in the past, Dan Hardy did in the past, which I really miss. I would like to see him do that. Then we have Daniel Cormier. Look, I love Daniel Cormier from the bottom of my heart. And sometimes he does really good job commentating, I have to say. He has like, it depends on the day with him. But overall, he's not coming close to Paul Felder and Michael Bisping for me. I'm very sorry. Like, he does too many weird takes for me and wrong takes as well, I would say, to be in that list for me, or to be the best in that. But he's a great value to the UFC, of course. Like, he's a big name. I just like to listen to him because I like him. But sometimes his takes make me just go, oh bro, please, please. Yeah. But I'm not trying to dive too much into this because I don't try to hate on DC. I just try to give a compliment to the best commentator. So the final would be between Paul Felder and Michael Bisping. Now the question is, who is better? It's hard to break that down. Look, Paul Felder is the more calm and composed guy. It nearly feels like Paul Felder is on the Anik side, you know, like on the normal commentating side and not the fighter side, you know what I mean? Like not the fighter commentator, but the journalist commentator. Paul Felder is really keeping together all the times, and he does a great job. I like to listen to him a lot. I'm always happy when I see him commentating a fight. Bisping on the other side is just very entertaining as well. Bisping always is active. He's never like, you never feel bored when you listen to Bisping commentating. He always brings in jokes. He always keeps conversations alive. Sometimes he goes too deep into outside MMA things, you know, sometimes he just dives too deep into personal talks with Rogan or something, or doing jokes with Paul Felder, or doing jokes with Cruz, whoever works with him. But I love to listen to Bisping. So I have to do two picks here. The best commentator, fighting commentator in terms of breaking things down, keeping it together, talking clearly, you understand every word of him, being very reasonable, is Paul Felder. Paul Felder is the best commentator in terms of quality commentating. I myself would pick for my favorite commentator, Michael Bisping. Because Michael Bisping also does very good breakdowns, but he just chokes a little bit too much probably to be the best commentator, you know what I mean, in terms of a real commentator. But he is my favorite commentator because he just does such a nice mix of being serious, talking facts, stats, and then being funny. And also his Octagon interviews are great. I believe he does a great job. Of course, Rogan is goated there, but he does a great job of asking the right questions, bringing fun to the interviews as well. He's just the overall perfect package for me as a commentator, as a UFC commentator, let's say. So I hope they keep him on the cards. I love to see Paul Felder and Bisping on the cards like they always do in the Europe cards. They work together in UFC London, UFC Paris, and I saw them both at UFC London. And I hope to see them again in the future. Both great commentators. Every fighter that is commentating is doing a great job, because you have to see they are not journalists. They were fighters. They didn't learn this their whole life to commentate. So they're all doing a great job. Props to everybody who's commentating. Also props to girls like Laura Sanko doing an amazing job. Joe Rogan, of course, doing an amazing job. John Anik is the GOAT. We don't need to talk about this. Of course, also people in the background, Megan O'Leary, great interviews. Like, just, we have to give some love and respect to all the journalists or commentators, whatever you want to call them, of the UFC. They all do a great job keeping us covered with great content. And I hope to maybe be able to be there with them, maybe even commentate one fight one day as well. It will be very nice. Contender series, who knows? One day, hopefully. We'll see. Write below in the comments. Am I wrong? Who is the best commentator? Write it below in the comments, guys. Subscribe to this channel. Tell all your friends, family members, cousins, everybody, your enemies, to also subscribe to the channel, like this video, and most importantly, guys, eat your vegetables.